Listen carefully, chosen one. You're not just changing, you're being rebuilt by heaven. This is not an ordinary season. Your life is being supernaturally upgraded. Every delay, every heartbreak, every strange silence was strategic, not random. Right now, your soulmate is being stirred. Their heart is being disrupted by divine fire, and they're about to do something so bold, so unexpected, so outrageous in the eyes of others. It will look like madness, but to their spirit, it will feel like obedience. They've seen what others couldn't. They felt what others dismissed. And now, they're stepping out of the logical and into the spiritual, all because of you. People around them will say, "Why would you do this? Why risk it all?" But their soul will answer, "Because I know who they are. I know who I've been waiting for." This isn't reckless. This is revelation. Heaven is reorganizing both your lives to align with a purpose that was set before either of you were even born. As you hear these words, something strong will stir within of you. Pay attention to this message through to the finish. Write your best wishes with the number 777 in the comment section as a way to let the universe know that you're in sync. This little deed might be the spiritual spark that ignites the things in your life that have been waiting to come to you. Select one now. Give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. The recalibration of the divine. This upgrading you're going through is about more than just superficial accomplishments or luxury. No, this is about your identity, your vitality, your purpose, and your value. Heaven's mechanisms are being adjusted to your advantage. It now takes weeks to do things that used to take years. We will now supply what was previously refused. Since you are now living on divine timing rather than natural time frames, your life will no longer move at the same rate as the world around you. Delays, uncertainty, and intense internal conflict were all indications that your previous existence was coming to an end. They were preparing you, not punishing you. You found yourself in the midst of a holy reset. Heaven was pressing you into position with that pressure. That unease was a clue that something more significant was about to happen. The place you inhabited was too tiny for the future version of yourself, which is why you were unable to settle where you were. This update is not arbitrary. It is accurate, foretelling, and potent. No one is ignoring, forgetting, or leaving you behind. Instead, you're being elevated, cultivated, and selected to occupy spaces that others were too scared to enter. Your soul is being extended to carry more light. Your voice is being refined to speak with weight, and your mind is being improved to think greater. You are being transformed. You are no longer the same person. It's possible that you've noticed certain individuals have lately disappeared from your life. That was protection, not an error. Certain connections may not be able to withstand the elevation of your next season. Some partnerships were never intended to see your improved self. Let them go. It's all right that their part in your tale is over. You will encounter others who share your vision, purpose, and promise wherever you go. Your abilities, inventiveness, and divine wisdom are all being reactivated in new ways. You will now stroll with confidence where you formerly felt uneasy. You will now act boldly where you previously questioned. You will now act quickly where you previously hesitated. You are now being promoted rather than under pressure. Write in for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. Unseen changes, material gains. Your purpose, your relationships, your health, and your money will all be impacted by this miraculous update. Heaven is requesting your consent rather than your perfection. Are you prepared to give up what no longer works for you in order to get what was always intended for you? Will you choose to live by faith rather than comfort? The greatest benefits are waiting for you to align with them. They are not concealed. And you are now aligning with elevation that breaks the ceiling, miracles that break the pattern, and favor that defies the laws. Usually, the supernatural enhancement won't be noticeable at first. Even while you won't always see the change right away, you'll sense it. An unexpected chance, a new energy, a sudden calm, a subtle push ahead, and a clarity that wasn't there before. These are indicators indicating the upgrading is in progress. Don't doubt heaven's quiet labor. It's not inert simply because it's quiet. When no one is looking, some of the most potent changes take place. Never undervalue the work that goes on behind the scenes. The time is being refined, the way is being made smooth, the wrong doors are being sealed shut, the correct doors are being opened, and everything is working in your favor. You're right in the middle of your moment, so you didn't miss it. The delivery of what seemed postponed is now happening. What was lost is coming back to you in a better shape. The supernatural upgrading comes via you as well as for you. The vessel is you. Not only are you carrying a breakthrough for yourself, but also for others who will find inspiration on your path. Your intelligence grew as a result of every adversity you encountered. Your future was nourished by every tear you shed. The miraculous yes that is coming was made possible by every no you had to suffer. You simply need to let it happen. You don't need to work for it. Give up the urge to control the result and let go of the hold. Allow the divine to accomplish what it is capable of. Nobody can stop you from achieving success, a climb that no one can undo, or a tale that no one can halt. Your miraculous improvement is currently taking place. Taking control of your environment. Greatness is being crafted into your life. They're guiding your steps precisely. The power is renewing your thinking. Don't turn around. Never doubt. Don't wait. Enter this moment with the knowledge that nothing commonplace can account for what is going to occur. You're being raised into destiny rather than just leveling up. Write men for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. As you ascend, maintain your humility, alignment, and awareness. People will see your brightness. Some will reject you, while others will respect you. That's what transformation costs. Don't let the noise distract you, however. You are here to make an effect, not to impress. You are proof that the paranormal exists. You are evidence that meaning cannot be lost. You're live proof that there is still divine force at work in the world. Not only will the improvement improve your life, but it will also make you stronger, smarter, braver, and sharper. The greatest thing is that this is only the start. There will be much more in the future. You have yet to explore the full extent of your potential. Continue to believe, trust, and move. The gods have already given their approval for the miraculous improvement of your life. The world around you will quickly realize that you are not who you once were. Your inner wiring is changing as a result of the supernatural update you're undergoing. Your thoughts, perceptions, and reactions are all being divinely altered. You're not acting out of fear anymore, and you're not acting out of survival anymore. You're behaving out of revelation now. You have alignment to choose from. What you're saying is true. What shook you is no longer powerful. What used to frighten you has lost its power. The touch of heaven is the only explanation for the magnitude of change you are experiencing. Your energy is starting to take on a magnetic quality. When chances come your way, when people seek you out, or when innovations happen for no apparent reason, don't be shocked. When your natural is touched by the supernatural, this is what occurs. This is what happens when destiny is finally being used rather than being postponed. You've passed the boundary. Your whole attitude reflects the fact that you're in becoming rather than waiting. You're entering a time period that was predetermined for you. You are entering a position of favor that has been accumulating behind the curtain. The alignment is now complete. You're exactly on time, not late. These doors are opening because you become the version of yourself that was always supposed to pass through them, not because you push them. You were being molded and taught in the darkness, but now the light is inviting you to come forth. Extraordinary speed and unwavering power. This improvement is so profound that it is altering your life's foundation. The seeds you're sowing today are different because of this. You are now planting from vision rather than desperation. You're creating a legacy, not begging for crumbs. You were never meant to blend in. Therefore, you're sticking out rather than attempting to fit in. To rise above what broke others was your calling. You were designed to flourish where others could not. And that's what's taking place at the moment. There is a reason behind every delay that annoyed you. Your character was fashioned by every unresolved question. Your roots were stronger each time you had to stand by yourself. You were grounded before you were raised, and now you are rising quickly. Not because of your hustling, but because of God's hand. Your resignation is all that is needed for the miraculous upgrading. No effort on your part is needed. Something is changing inside your time frame. If you pay careful attention, you'll see that the cycles are breaking, the patterns are shifting, and the resistance is decreasing. The identical work that previously yielded meager results will now provide greater returns. Small things are growing into big ones. Calls that are missed are turning into heavenly appointments. You are experiencing divine acceleration, and nobody can slow down when God accelerates. Human reasoning yields when supernatural momentum starts. Your life, chosen one, is rising purposefully rather than at random. Because the time you are entering is specifically designed for your change. You have been placed exactly where you are. Your failures were also programmed with meaning. The wildness was wise, too. Training grounds were what seemed to be diversions. And now the desert is becoming your breakout performance. The wilderness is becoming your stage. Now is not the moment to get smaller. Now is not the time to be skeptical. Outdated belief systems cannot support an updated future. You have to let go of the falsehoods that said you were insufficient. The shame that bound you in the past must go. The dread that breathed constraints into your aspirations must be silenced. You have been reborn. You're being unveiled here. This is your upgrade, and it requires a different way of thinking. You are now walking in accordance with what was always yours, rather than chasing after things. The benefits that are on the way are heavenly inheritances, not arbitrary presents. This is identification verification, not restitution for loss. Not only are you favored, but you've been given a heavenly mission that includes overflow, supply, and access. Anticipate unexpected favors and doors that open for no apparent reason. In places where you weren't even invited, expect favors. Anticipate collaborations that broaden your mission. Anticipate checks bearing your name from unexpected sources. Anticipate healing that will surprise the physicians. Anticipate recovery that will make the adversary regret ever hitting you. This is the appearance of the supernatural, irrational, indisputable, and unalterable, keeping the peace and accepting mastery. However, this upgrading comes with accountability. Your tranquility has to be guarded like a treasure. You have to protect your energy like a king or queen. Even when no one is looking, you have to walk with honor. Even when the way doesn't make logical, you have to have faith in it. Since the supernatural works by alignment rather than sight, you must remain devoted even when the next step is not yet apparent. The fact is that you are now in alignment. Something inside of you is waking up, releasing, moving forward, and breaking free even as you listen to this. Your spirit is saying yes. There are cracks in the cocoon. Your former self is vanishing. The improved version of yourself is showing up, brighter, smarter, more resilient, braver, and prepared. You are prepared to lead, to receive, to enter a realm of heavenly richness, to change the environment, to interrupt generational cycles, to construct what others might only imagine, and to enter rooms not only to be seen but to rule. Heaven has already given you permission, therefore you don't need anybody else's. The blueprint has been unveiled in your spirit, the favor is pouring, and the oil is on you. Now take action, make a decision, and say yes. The supernatural upgrading reacts to faith rather than hesitation. Be sure to talk with authority each and every time. Let your movements be intentional each time. Allow the room to sense the transformation you've undergone each time you arrive. You have changed and will never be the same person you were. Your comments will be taken seriously. Your presence will change the room. You will follow the light and the flames. Now you are in the realm of the paranormal. Let the world be curious. Allow the skeptics to talk. Remove the outdated labels. All of stuff is no longer relevant. Being in sync is what counts. The fact that you're moving is what counts. The fact that heaven said yes is what counts. Now is your moment. It's your season. Nothing will be the same after this magical makeover. You are becoming into the self that fate has been longing for. This is redefinition, not improvement. Your nature is being rewritten from the inside out by this supernatural update. You are being strengthened with unwavering spiritual power, recoded with divine knowledge, and sharpened with greater awareness. You are advancing towards mastery and transcending reactivity. You are now controlling your surroundings rather than responding to life. You'll discover how much has been changing inside of you throughout this season. You'll start to notice that a lot of the things that used to make you angry no longer affect you. Now, the struggles that exhausted you appear underneath your vibration. Now there are no more uncertainties echoing in your head. Why? Since the outdated plan is no longer sufficient. You have entered a supernatural pattern that is exclusive to the selected. The improved you walks with confidence, whereas the old you sought affirmation. The modern you knows that redirection is protection, while the old you dreaded rejection. The updated you understands that you don't need to prove what is divine. The old you strove to persuade others. Nothing is more powerful than a chosen one who is aware of who they are. Thus you're no longer moving for attention, but rather out of revelation. Unstoppable magnificence. Observe the changes taking on around you. The vibe has shifted. The doors are not the same. The individuals you're drawing in have deeper significance. These are heavenly hints, not coincidences. Your life starts to mirror heaven's plan when it undergoes a supernatural update. You're being drawn forward rather than backward. And with each change, you're getting rid of things that don't match your future. This next stage of your journey will need you to be who you're becoming rather than who you were. Because of this, certain pieces are slipping off. The speed has shifted as a result. That's why you're surrounded by quiet more now. It's recalibration, not nothingness. Because God separates what He is going to elevate, the supernatural improvement often starts in solitude. Although it may seem like you've been concealed, you've been covered for safety rather than punishment. You've been hidden for refining rather than rejection. Heaven sometimes hides what it is getting ready to display in splendor. And now you are in the revealing season. The supernatural has arrived. It is not coming. It includes you. It is an operation. Something greater than yourself is occurring through you, and you can feel it in your bones as it flows. Your vision has grown as a result. You now dream of leading, creating, and leaving a legacy rather than merely surviving. Small-minded thinking is no longer acceptable to you. Temporary victories no longer intrigue you. Your whole being now craves meaning. Harvest is the focus here, not hype. You are harvesting from the land you have been obediently watering with sacrifice, prayers, tears, and stillness. You are no longer hoping. Choosing one means that you are altering everything you come into contact with, not just that things are changing for you. Your presence is starting to change things. Energy changes as you enter a room. The ghosts stir as you speak. Atmospheres align when you make a decision. The world will notice that you're activating, not merely ascending. Heaven has it already. The frequency of your words now vibrates with wonders. The unseen are receiving orders from your thoughts. Your feelings are in harmony with the greater reality. What is apparent no longer moves you. Instead, vibrational forces do, and the higher you go, the more magnetic your field becomes. Resources, contacts, and opportunities are all beginning to circle your energy. This is the best indication that you have undergone a supernatural upgrade. You are beginning to find serenity despite uncertainty. You don't have to figure out anything anymore. You've embraced alignment and given up on finding solutions. Walking with heavenly assurance is what you're doing. Everything is moving more quickly because you're giving in to divine choreography. If your life suddenly picks up speed, don't panic. This is not chaos, but miraculous speed. You've had enough waiting. You've matured enough. You've paid enough attention. It's time for action now. Quick doors, quick responses, unexpected favors, and sudden money. Because you're at last completely in accord with the divine plan, things move swiftly during this season. Clarity follows that agreement. People are beginning to show themselves to you. You are beginning to recognize illusions. You are no longer offended by the truth. It liberates you. Now, you recognize alignment rather than pleading for it. You defend peace, not seek it out. You create rather than compete. The height at which you are functioning is entirely different. The results of the invisible work are being seen to you. You're enjoying the results of your covert compliance. And this is just the start. You are now enjoying a miraculous upgrade, but it is only the beginning. It's getting you ready for higher levels of impact, influence, and overflow. The type that changes generations, reshapes legacy, and reverberates forever. And you're not turning back this time. You're not becoming smaller. You're not going to settle. The cost of all you've gone through is too high. Too much was influenced by what you've been through. You've finished dimming your light to appease other people. You've had enough of playing down who you are. You're done awaiting approval. You've been selected already. This is your ascent. This is your time. You can't return to the normal now. This is your miracle in action. You've experienced the paranormal. The fire has been felt by you. The murmur has reached your ears. The indicators are visible to you. Move like you know now. Talk as like it's finished. Act as if you have been anointed. Breathe with a sense of gratitude. You're here to change the environment, not to blend in.